Okay, it is Saturday. It is the day that we get together and have just, a half hour to an hour training here every time. It is so good to see you from all over the world here for our team meeting. Hey, everybody. Every time I do these, I learn each time. And a lot of times there's certain things that I really want to learn, or I hear about somebody and I really want to have them on. Here on the director trip last time in Cancun, I was one of the people doing a panel, and I got a list of names and sat down to somebody who I really didn't know. And just to get that kind of a gist of what I'm going to be interviewing about. And I think we ended up talking for over an hour, and I just asking more questions. And I learned so much that I said, okay, when can you be on the Saturday call? And because it is about closing meetings, and to me, we have some of the most amazing products that everybody needs. I mean, seriously, we can prove it with their own blood. We have a company that has been skyrocketing. I mean, if you have something 97% of the population need, and we can prove it works, and actually that means we're proving what they're otherwise doing doesn't work. That's a huge business opportunity. And we're going to talk to people, and we're like, okay, we talk about it. And sometimes, what do you say when you get people having any type of questions or not knowing what to do and closing those meetings? And so I myself sat and listened to him like this, and it just makes it sound so easy. And actually yesterday when I posted this call, he was Black Crown, but within the hours, he had a new title, Ambassador. So we get to also congratulate him, as it's probably one of his first Zoom calls. So let's all say congratulations to Ambassador and welcome to him, Michael Stüttler. Hello, Michael. Hello.
Hey guys, nice to see you. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the congratulations, Carla. How are you? Everything good?
Oh, everything is absolutely wonderful. And there's so many people, all of the team, especially those who were at the director trip, are all saying we're all so looking forward to having you on here and talk about this again, because it's something that's super important. And to give people a little bit of your background, I think this is one of the things that was really fun with us is, just for you to tell a little bit about your background, because I was thinking, okay, he must have had experience, he's done something, he's been a businessman and all this. And actually, do you want to just tell a little bit about your background yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Michael. I'm a little boy from a 2,500 people village in Austria, next to the Swiss border. And now I'm living in Vienna, and I went here to study, to get a teacher, because in small villages, it's super important that you go to university in a big city, and your parents are proud. And I did that, but it wasn't really my passion. And I finished the studies, and then I realized, oh, right, if I imagine in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years, where I am, and it was really horrible for me. I thought, all right, I'm in a golden cage. I have a good life, everything cool, everybody's happy. I do what everybody wants, but it's not my desire. Inside me, I feel something different, and I have to change. And I told my parents, all right, I finished the studies, I'm a teacher, but my passion is to build muscles. I'm going to be a fitness trainer right now. And on top of that, I found that network marketing thing, and I think it's cool. Look at these ranks, and I do that instead. And she said, oh, are you crazy if you do that? You should never come back to our village. What do the neighbors think, and stuff like that. And but I thought, hey, my whole life, 31 years, I did that what all the other guys wanted. So I said, all right, now it's my turn. And I quit.
So this is kind of crazy because, you know, a lot of people have excuses, right? I mean, we all do. And mine was, okay, he had to have other direct selling experience, network marketing experience. And no, he didn't. And I was thinking, okay, well, Carla can't use that one. Well, then he's been this business entrepreneur or something like that. And you know, because I was just a teacher. And then he sits and he goes, yep, that's what I was. I was a teacher because, you know, I did social studies. What was the teaching that you did?
Spanish and history.
Oh, Spanish history. Yeah, I was social studies and science and or English and psychology. And so I'm like, oh, okay, well, there wipes out that excuse too. And then I'm like, okay, well, he's been doing this for a lot longer or something like that. And when was it that you started Zinzino?
I started in November 2020. So
I don't know. It's
two
like
and a half years ago. And but it sounds like, all right, he started and it's super easy, and but it was not like that. I had my, like, I did my school workshops, I did my own fitness program, and I did a lot of how do you say in English, I worked in restaurants to pay the rent, and on top of that I had like 2 or 3 hours every night to build Zinzino. And after 6 months, every night building Zinzino, doing my own stuff, because teachers, you know, they know everything better than the others. So I tried my own style. And after 6 months, every night grinding, I made it. I hit silver.
okay.
And I thought, oh my gosh.
You know what that means? That means that you've only been in this for 2.5 years. In the first half years, you hit silver. That means from silver to ambassador in 2 years. Okay. Michael, and it's not that you're older, because how old were you again?
33.
33 years old. I know. And I just saw a couple of you wince. It's like, oh, but you have so many things that you've learned along the way. And I could tell when you found the things that you had as a hurdle, you said, okay, this is what's going to happen. So you started building, you got to silver. And then from there, you started building a team. You had a couple partners in. How did you start getting on some momentum?
Yeah. And it was the end of April 2021 where the magic happened, because my brother called me, actually, my little brother, and he asked me, he hates his job and he wants to change, and he wants to do an education, a new one, but it's around 7,000 euros. And he asked me, you're my bigger brother, could you help me? And I was in a position, I was completely broke. I barely could pay the rent. Main part paid my girlfriend at these days. And I tried to do this Zinzino thing. And I told him, bro, sorry, I can't. And then I went to the bathroom and I looked into the mirror, and I was disgusted by myself. I told my little brother I can't help him. The day before, I read the sentence from Henry Ford. He said, it doesn't matter if you say you can or you can't, you're right either way. And I tell my little brother I can't. That's my life. And I was disgusted. I had to change. I had to change myself, because I had, like I said, no skills. I went to the follow-ups. My first partner, Sasha, he's a Royal Crown right now in Zinzino. He invited me to the follow-ups, like we go through that in the training afterwards, but I did everything wrong. I talked all the time. I always told them they are wrong. I did all the kind of mistakes, and they just waited into the Zoom calls until they can put the red button on the right bottom to leave. And then Sasha told me in May 2021, bro, I love you, but I never ever going to do a follow-up with you again. You are a catastrophe. You're a disaster, and I love you, but I don't do it with you again. That was for me the second punch into my heart. First my brother, then Sasha, and then I knew, all right, these are 6 income producing activities. I have to focus on these 6. You can learn them. You don't need to have a talent. You don't need to have experience. You just need really to want to learn these income producing activities. And I did that. Like I was obsessed. And I read the books. I watched the videos. I did it. I increased the numbers. I had like, in May 2021, I had like around 300 presentations, first looks, second looks, and I just closed 2 people.
What? Okay.
I was catastrophe.
Okay, so you were a catastrophe in these income producing things, and
yeah,
those 6 things are they the 6 pillars?
The 6 steps we have to do in Zincino. First, we have to make leads. We have to make a list. We have to invite them. We have to make the presentation for them or send them a video. We have to follow up. We have to close, and we have to onboard them.
Okay. So people are going to have to rewind that, hear it again, make sure they got them down. So these are your income streams that you need to be starting in. And people know how to make a list. That's not as, that's not hard. And then you need to.
But there's 3 kind of lists. And there are 3 kind of lists. Eric Worre explains that's quite good. He says there are the amateurs. They don't write the list. They say, all right, I know Tom, John, Petra, and Elizabeth. They start. I have 4 partners. I go to Black Crown. I don't need a list. They start anyways, and we're going to be rich quick. These are the amateurs. They're never going to reach anything. Then we have the poser. They write a 100 list. And when the list is gone, they say, all right, I tried, but network marketing is not working. I did the list. I did everything. Sorry. And just if you do the list like a professional does, and a professional has an active candidate list. So put 2 new contacts every day on this list. It doesn't matter if you go to grocery, if you go to the cinema, if you do it on Instagram or whatever, but you have to put 2 new names on this list. Then you have 700 contacts a year. You always have a full pipeline. If you don't do that, you work like an amateur, and an amateur pays for his hobby and he doesn't earn. So if you're paying more than you earn, then you should reflect and maybe think, all right, do we work like an amateur or like a pro?
I love that. I absolutely love it. Okay. So we need to be masters of that first. So you worked on that.
For sure. Because I was super nervous. It was so difficult for me to talk to people because I had no self-confidence. Like imagine, my brother told me that I was disgusted by myself. It was so difficult. So I had like but I tried to learn and I did a little steps. The first one was, okay, when I go on the street, I looked the other guy who is coming next to me into the eyes. That was the first step. I could not do that. First, I just one person is coming. I just look on the ground and go ahead. Oh, hopefully he does not say anything. That was me. And then, all right, I have to look him in the eyes. Okay, the next one, I look in the eyes and I take a smile. Okay, next day, I look in the eyes, I take a smile, and I do like with my head, like, hey. And so I had like these little steps every day, a little bit more. And then I got to make them a compliment. I said, hey, whoa, I really like your pullover. Not everybody's wearing that. Just want to say that. And I go ahead. And so you can come one step closer every time to make a contact.
I love that. Yeah.
And that's like out of your comfort zone, I know. But the cool thing with your comfort zone is it's like a rubber band. If you push it every day a little bit more, like the rubber, it gets bigger and it does not go that close together anymore. The same thing is with the comfort zone. So if you go out every day a little bit more, you expand your comfort zone. And now it's super easy for me in the grocery. If I see someone buying bananas or some fruits, I say, hey, I really like it. Some people here in the grocery buying fruits, all the others are buying chips. Are you working in the health or what are you doing? It's just super normal. I say, no, I'm an electrician. I say, hey, cool. I was a teacher before, but now my passion is also eat healthy and stuff like that. And we build an online business. And I don't know, we're always looking for people who know something about nutrition or something like that. I don't know. Are you married with your job or are you open for other things as well? Then they smile for sure.
Are you married to this job or are you open to opportunities?
Or are you open-minded? Yeah.
Are you open-minded?
Everybody says, yeah, for sure, I'm open-minded. And I say, all right, if you're Instagram, I cannot promise anything, but I call you tomorrow, I text you tomorrow. And then I have one contact on the list. And I do that every day. And we duplicate that as well.
And duplicate that as well. And teaching that as a teacher. Okay.
And,
So we
and
got
if you
that.
do, and the nice thing is, if you do that, you have no excuse. If you do not get successful, you're not doing it. If you're doing it, there is no chance to not get successful.
Okay. So you just master it. Just master that.
With little steps.
Little steps. Okay. So mastering the list, mastering contacting people.
Yeah, like contacts and list. And then the second one is invitations. You have to make a right invitation. And it's not about you, it's about them. And I tell them, and I say, all right, with new people, all right, write the 10 best and the 10 easiest, and tell them why you want them. Say, hey, Peter, I know we were together in school, and I can remember you were always the guy, whatever you did it with 100% passion. And I admire that. And for me, it was the same. And now I found something super interesting. I don't know if it's something for you, but for me, it's super special. But your opinion is very important to me. Could you take a look this weekend? Would be very special for me. That's it.
So it's you're like, always making it about them.
Yeah.
And are you looking for needs? Because I know a lot of people we talk about, you're talking to people looking for the needs. Yeah. Okay.
For the 10 best or the 10 easiest, you don't need a need. You just ask them for feedback. But afterwards, if I know you have, I don't know, John, you didn't talk to John for 2 years, then you open you build exactly. And then if you ask the right questions, that's the next stuff. The quality of your question is the quality of the answers you get for every time. And if you ask the right questions, you get the right answers, and you can lead the conversation. And then you find the problems, and then you can say, hey, I don't know.
Can you give us some of the right questions? You said it's about the quality of the questions and asking the right questions.
So how long? Okay, how long are you? Hey, John, do you still work as a? What are you doing? Yeah, I work as a waiter. Oh, cool. How many years are you working for as waiter? I said, oh, about 15 years now. I said, hey, man, then you have to love it, right? And I can say 99% of saying, no, I'm not loving it, but I have to pay that and I have to do that. And then I say, hey, I can relate. Exactly the same thing was for me. But then I realized, hey, the most important thing what we have is it's our health. And I was really interested in that. And now I build a business in my spare time from home, which pays me my Netflix abo, which pays me a restaurant, which pays me the piano hours, which pays me now 20K a month. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter how much you earn. You can just say, hey, it pays me my Netflix abo. It's 10 euros. And in my spare time from home. Who is not interested in that?
It sounds absolutely easy when you say it. But it is. Once you get used to it, you become a master at inviting to...
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you get a master in doing presentations. Hey, my first presentation. I should send you a recording. It was like 1 hour monotone. It was like, my name is Michael Stüttler. Health is very important, and omega-3 is the best supplement in the world. It was like that was like 1 hour like that, and the people were, oh my gosh. And
okay.
Now I would say there are not many people in Zinzino, and I saw a lot of presentations, not to blame others, but I think there are not many people who do more powerful presentation than I do. So, but at the beginning, I could not do it. But I said, all right, next 2 months, I'm going to be a master in that. And come on, guys, in 1 to 2 years, you can master these 6 skills if you want.
Okay, but now I want to hear, so what is the difference of your presentations to others? What is it that make yours more masterful?
I would say that there are 4 different types of people, and you have to catch all 4 in the presentation. And if you open it, you open the presentation with a story where they can relate, where they can see themselves in this position, when they can relate. So we have different topics. One is for fitness trainer, one is for moms, one is for different peer groups. And we always tell stories when they can relate. And then they can see themselves in the position where they can be the hero. and we share like stories and real stories. We're not like we are lying. It's like everything is real. And then Zinzino is just a tool. In most presentations, I see it's just boring. Oh yeah, it's like that. It's just about omega-3 and it's just about the business. But in fact, it's not about it. It's about them seeing themselves using the tools in Zinzino, getting to their dreams. And if you do
that was huge. That was huge, because so many people are working at getting customers and partners, but it's about them using Zinzino as a tool to get something for them, their goals, their dreams. That's
and they feel it. And they feel it if you think, all right, I need one more customer, then I'm X team. I need one more partner, then I'm executive. Then it's just about you. And they smell it. But if you really get into it, hey, all right, what's in it for them? And how can I show them that they can see themselves in this position? You have fireworks.
Now, when you were saying there's 4 different types of people, are you talking about the colors of people?
Colors, animals, there are different.
There's so many different ones. Yeah. Okay. So, and you're using those in your presentation. So if they are, and if people are wondering about, we can just use colors. There's animals, but if we use the colors, you can look at that through, in your Go Core, there is Big Al Schreider did a wonderful presentation on the different colors. So if they are a yellow, who want to help people, you use that in that presentation.
For sure. Then I tell stories where we help other people. I tell about Zinzino Gives Back. I tell them about how they could help, how Petra helped her mother going to rent earlier, and I tell stories about helping. If I know there's a red person who wants to conquer the world, I tell them how we can conquer the world. And if I know there's another people, you can always tell differences. I would recommend always to have like 7-8 stories ready for every situation that you can tell them.
So if it's blue, we talk about the director trips and the fun and, the things that we're doing of that. And if they're green, we give them tons of information that they need, and to the events of all you're going to learn, and bring your pencil and paper. And if they're red, you talk about what they can get hey. Okay.
And don't do the mistake what we learn in school. In school, we learn treat others like you want to be treated. And that's, in my opinion, it's bullshit.
Yeah, that's the golden rule. Actually, the platinum rule is better, which is
treat others like they want to be treated.
Love it. I love that. Oh, we are so on the same page, we teachers. Okay, so people have just got down lists. They're going to master that list. They're going to master the invitations. They're going to master the presentations. Then
they have to master follow-up, the objections. Ooh, and that's a difficult one.
Okay.
Well, so what do you say if they say, well, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I'm not a salesperson, it's the pyramid scheme, and you say, and your heart is like pumping, and it's, I don't know what to say, and you get nervous, and you get sweaty, and everything is crazy. And I was in that position. But just imagine that you are prepared. You're sitting there, you know exactly what is coming, you know exactly what kind of person is sitting in front of you, and you know exactly how to react. You feel super confident, you know it's a game, and you master the game, and you know, all right.
You are fun because you find this a game. So you already know, you're sitting there, you've already got them, you know the color they are, or you've had, the person who has you on the second look telling you that. And then, so now you know the type of person they are. And let's say, so we're having this, we've talked about the meeting, I am going to say, okay, well, I don't have the money for this. So I don't have the money for it. So
I think it's more important not to learn techniques. It's more important to understand the fundamentals of closing and follow up. And if you want, Carla, I have a little training for an English-speaking team of mine. And I don't know if you want that, but you said you could, we could take a little deeper look on this topic if you want, and then I can give you like a little 15-minute training how I train my team exactly on this topic if you want.
Perfect. What we'll do with that is that one is more in depth on it. We'll go and we'll post that in the comments underneath this for those who, wherever you're seeing this, if you're seeing this on the replay or on the link, we will post that link on there too. So, because we could go into depth a lot of it, but let's just talk about problems and if we have objections. So the objections, let's just go a little bit about what you do for objections, short form.
Yeah, like I said, it's difficult because then people just learn what they can say when this happens. I don't think that's the solution. I think the solution is to understand the fundamentals, the basics. So it's like in school, if you want to learn a new language and you just learn it in memory and you don't understand it, then it's useless. The same thing in closing. So I think you have to understand the fundamentals behind what's happening right now, and then you know how to react. So otherwise, it's just you always feel like in school, you learn for a test, you don't understand it, you just do it for the test, and then if something abnormal occurs, you're like in shock.
Okay, so we'll say objections. The objections. People need to master them, and then what?
No, yeah, exactly. They have to understand what's the closing process.
Okay, explain that.
Yeah, if you want, I can share the screen a little bit.
Yeah, you can do that. You've got a co-host.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, can you see that?
Absolutely.
Closing like a pro. That's the topic. And that's where I want you to go after that, because imagine the situation, you have partners and you are maybe on a rank like gold, executive, platinum, and you have partners who did all the work like Sasha did for me, and you come to the second look, you are there and they introduce you to the person and they bring an objection. And you are in this situation and you don't know how to react. So you have to be prepared. But for that, like I said, you have to understand the fundamentals. What are the fundamentals of closing? I said it earlier. The most important thing than any technique is you have to be excited. And you have to see, all right, it's fun. Closing is a game. And if you train it, you're getting better in this game. Honestly, it's 100% true. And an objection, if you get an objection, it's nothing bad. If I get an objection, for me, it's hallelujah. I say, thank you. This guy, this girl is interested, because if there's no objection coming, it's always weird, because there's so many information and so many stuff. If they just say yes, 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 for sure, they will not do it. So objection is something good, and you have to love the process to go over this objection. How you do it, we come to that in a minute. But just these are the fundamentals. You also have to understand that people test you. They check if you're serious. They want to, that you think they are smart. They ask questions. They bring objections that you think that they are smart. They test you. So it's not smart to give up if they say, oh, I don't have the time, and say, okay, I understand, bye-bye. So they test you, and you have to be you have to have that in mind. And you also have to have in mind that you're not a beggar, and it's super important that you don't sound needy. Because many people, they go over objections just in a needy way, and it's not good. You always have to have in mind, I want to help people, and you do that. You also should not be tied to the outcome. So there should not be an emotional attachment. It doesn't matter if he starts or not. You have to learn to love the process and to get better in that. So it's crucial. And also that not everybody is closable. I cannot close everybody. That's completely fine. Timing is super important. And if they are not closable, put them on the no for now list. What's the no for now list? The no for now list is the people who are not ready yet. And if they say no, because of that objection, I just ask them, hey, I can understand. Timing is super important, and right now it's not the right timing. But is it okay for you if we stay in contact? And from month to month, we give little updates. You tell how you are going. I explain how I'm doing, and we stay in touch. Is it okay for you? 99% say, yeah, for sure. And then you put them on the no for now list. I put them, all right, in 3 months, I'm going to text him again. And I ask, how was the test? How was the vacation in Thailand? How is your wife doing after the operation? Whatever we talked, I do some little notes. I put them in 3 months. I contact him again. I go through my no for now list. There are over 600 people now. And I contact them again. Maybe in 3, in 6, or in 12 months, then is the right time. That's super important. No for now list. And people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So be really, it's like I said earlier, it's about them, not about you. Be really interested, not try to sound interesting. And your attitude is key. What do I mean with that? Is closing is a game, and try to close early and close often. The more often you do it, the easier it gets. And do it with authority and strength. So you are not a beggar or a salesman. You are a mentor and a coach. And you know if he or she starts, and if she or he is willingness, coachable and teachable, you can make him unstoppable. You can make him reach the goals. You can make him get to ambassador in 2 years, because Zinzino is the tool. So you are not the price for them. No, you are the price for them, not they are the price for you. Mm-hmm. So you have something in your hand what you can show them, not the other way around. They need you more than you need them. So that is the right attitude. You need to have it if you go in every conversation. You can't have this self-confidence, like Carlos said earlier, with that company, with in this industry, with that product. You can't have the self-confidence. Just go out with it. Mm-hmm. And like I said, if they are hungry, coachable, and willing to work, you can make them unstoppable. And it doesn't matter if they join, you're going there anyways. So I'm telling them, I know exactly where I'm going. You can join if you put in the work, you can be part of it, but if not, it's completely fine. I'm going. And the objection they tell you is most likely the reason they should start. They say, I don't have the time. All right. Maybe that's why we should find something. We are not exchanging time against money. They have more time in the future. But we come on to that in a minute. Just did you understand the fundamentals and the key attitude? And then what's happening? The reason they tell is most likely is not the real reason. So the real reason, the real objection, normally it's not the money. Come on. If they really want, they can get the money. The real reason in most cases is lack of belief, either in network marketing, Zinzino, or in themselves. That's the real reason. So you have to have that in mind. So we need to find out if it's the real objection or not. And that's the key. That you find out, is it just saying that he doesn't have the money, he or she? Or is it a real objection? And how do we do that? With the 3-step framework. And that I did on the director trip. So we do it with 3 steps. You can find out super easy if it's a real objection or not. How? First, we validate the objection. Then we confirm desire, and then we coach and close. So like I said, we are not a salesman. We are not a beggar. We are coach, and then we close them to help them. Okay, let's go through it. The first thing is validate the objection. How does it work? If somebody says to me, hey, Mike, sounds amazing, but bro, I don't have the money. Then I always do the same sentence. You can screenshot it if you want. Just a second, just to put it around. You know what, John? I hear exactly what you're saying, but tell me this. Is it really that you don't have the money? Or is it just a polite way of saying no? Because I'm totally cool either way. I just want to help you. And then I put my hands up. Oh. That's key. Because now what's happening? What's happening here? I give him a way out. So if he wants, he can leave now. I give him this way out. And if yes, super, quick no saves time. He saves his time, I save my time, everything fine. That's cool. But if it's a real objection, what's happening? If I say, either way, it's cool for me. I'm not needy. I'm not a beggar. And I want to help you. So I'm not selling. I'm the coach. In this sentence, in the subconscious mind, I place everything. Just with this sentence. And that's why it's super important to understand the fundamentals and the attitude behind, not just to take the sentences. And so either he's not interested or he really does not have the money. And if he's not interested, that's fine. But if the money, the time, whatever is really the objection, then we go one step farther. Second one is we have to confirm the desire. I don't have the money. Yeah, but Mike, I really don't have the money. Okay, John, but do you want to do this? If you have the money, then they say yes, sure. And then I take a second confirmation. Say a double verify if you want. I say, are you sure, John? And then he says yes. And if this is happening right now, we validate and we validate the objection and we confirm desire. And if this is happening, now I know 95% in 30 minutes, we're going to see this name in the back office.
I love it.
Because then the game begins. So now we have to have to come over the objection. And yes, then there are different objections and the game begins. But I don't know, just that you have the fundamentals, and with this sentence you can find out really easy and really quick what's really going on, and then you go into the objections. But I don't know if we have time to do that, or
no, we are not. We're taking every bit of information that you have got, dear. So if you have more information, we are taking it.
I think more importantly, if someone who is taking the time right now, it's Saturday, guys, amazing, over 50 people here. So if you have questions,
put them in the chat.
Put them in the chat or unmute yourself if it's possible, and we can go on that as well. And if not, we go ahead, however you want.
Do you have more slides, or are we going to put these down?
I have more slides, but I can start again later. Doesn't matter.
Okay, well, then let's take a break, because seriously, you have said so much that it is. I've actually been taking screenshots, and people are probably saying she's taking screenshot. She can always take a screenshot, but the reason I'm taking a screenshot is because I have so many questions that I need to remember the slides to get to them. So in one of the first thing you talked about was the energy. And I think the first thing I knew from you, or when I heard your name, you were on a call with Orion, and I think you did a little clip sometime in an event. And I thought, energy, it's a huge thing. So besides energy, your next thing is also about your attitude and how you're thinking as you're sitting there. Because the attitude shows the confidence. We heard it from Zainab here recently also, when she talked about when she got the confidence. And so your energy, I mean, it is flowing through the screen here so people can feel your energy, but you're having that at the meetings. And you also have the attitude of knowing that, you know, what their issue is usually not the issue. It's the reason that they say no is actually a good why to get started.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff in here.
Yeah, and super important what you just said, Carla, because it's like this. The first 6 months, I did not do it. I thought the difference, and to be excited or to have energy, it's a decision. It's not a skill. Mm-hmm. It's a decision. So if you want, you can. And in the first 6 months, that was my mistake. I did a lot. I did every evening, like 2 to 3 hours. And maybe I give it 90%, maybe 95%, maybe one night I gave it a 99%. And I did not know that the difference between 100% and 99% is not 1%. The difference is everything. Mm. Just imagine you go on vacation from the States to Austria, and you go 99% of the way, you will not get to Vienna. You did almost everything, but you don't reach your goal. Or if you want to marry your dream wife, your dream man, you go to the church and you say yes, 99% is still a no.
Yeah.
So the difference between 99 and 100% is the world. And people feel it if you put in this 100%. And like I said, it's not a skill, it's a decision.
It's a decision. So the people that want to, I mean, and everybody that's on this call and everybody who's going to watch the recording, they can all, by mastering these 6 skills, and you know, actually get to ambassador in their next 2 years.
Yeah, for sure.
So learning these things. Okay, so let's go through.
I think Trina has a question.
Oh, okay. I'll let you.
Hey, Trina.
Hang on. I will just have to find her first. Trina. There we go. I will ask you to unmute. Go ahead, Trina.
I have so many questions. Michael knows this because we're on Instagram, texting, because the skills are one thing. I really, I still remember the first time I met you. You came over to me. I just hit crown or something, I think. And you were like silver, and you come up to me and you were talking like blah, 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 how you do this and blah. And I was like thinking, this guy is so cute and you're so modest. And I see you now. It's an amazing achievement. I salute you. I congratulate you. But let's see that, because one thing that people have to understand also, okay, because I follow you and I follow many people closely on Instagram. And I saw that in the closing of the month, you have 18 meetings a day. So this is not doing two meetings a week, people. You need to understand this. And this is why I'm so impressed, because one thing is booking your own meetings, but you get your team booking all these meetings. So you're crushing it in and doing the numbers in the end of the month. So let's see, because we need to understand, everybody here needs to understand the system that you have. I start as a partner. You sign me up personally today, Michael. What are my first assignments? What do you do? What kind of system do you put me into for me to book 20 meetings the first month, for instance?
Super question, Trina. And do we have the time? Can I go into this a little bit?
You know what? I am so excited that you're here, that if we go over our time, I don't care, because I agree with Trina. We're both, Trina and I have, tell us more. We're sitting on the edge of our chairs. Everybody here I'm looking at, I can see on here is nodding the same thing, because we all, and you know, Michael, people all have, when they get started in Zinzino, everybody has their goals and dreams and they want this. So not only do we want to see why, you know, we want to see the hows, and we want to see the steps to get there. So yeah, I want to go back to the closings, because I think we're going to work on that. But if you want to answer her question, when you get somebody started, you just signed us up. Trina and I are ready.
Then I go quick into this. And the most important thing is in the closing, I already start the onboarding. I think that is key. So if he or she gets the chance to work with me, and I know, not to sound arrogant, but like I said earlier, we are the price for them. Zinzino is the tool. We have something special for them, and they get time with us. So it's special for them. And if we do that, I tell them, all right, the goal is to go to earn an extra 5K to do the trip to Thailand. I don't know, whatever the goal is. I know the trigger point, I know the hot button, otherwise I could not close him. So I know that. And then I say, okay, but again, John, how many hours would you have to work more in your normal job to get this extra 5K? And he said, oh, man, honestly, I had no chance. Then I said, all right, if we do this, we need that you have like 7 to 10 hours, like you said me, and we have to really work the system. Is that okay for you? Yes, Michael, that's okay for me. If not, I'm not signing him up, because then it's wasting my time. So he has to give me the yes here. Then I said, all right, in the system, the first meeting, we do a list of your 10 best and your 10 easiest people for the products and the business. And we invite them immediately. If it's Wednesday, I give you 3 days, on Saturday for a business launch. Is that okay for you? Yeah, sure, Michael, let's do it. Okay, the goal is that, that, and that. All right, then we have to do that. And then on the onboarding, I don't explain them how many credits and customer points they need for a smart browser. I don't explain them what's the polyphenols in the omega-3. I say, all right, we do the list right now. I do with you the presentation on Saturday. We do the business launch with your 10 best people. And if there are 10 people on the Zoom call and we put in the energy, we sign up too, and he's fast silver. And then the duplication is kicking in. And that's how we do it. If he is fast silver and he has new partners, then he gets the education.
So
and
you're getting that education as you go.
And if he's not willing to do that, then it's like, okay, but then I say, all right, if you want to work one-on-one with me, that's then we have to do that. If you don't want to do that, it's okay for me, but then you're going into the group coaching. What do you want? Personal coaching or group coaching? Yeah, for sure, Michael. I like your personal coaching. All right, then we have to do 10 best, 10 easiest, and then we go ahead. We do a product launch, we do a business launch, and we duplicate that.
Okay, I absolutely love that. So I can see all this kind of ties together with the closing, because, you know, the things that you're mastering, and we talk about the follow-ups, we talk about the closings, we talk about the objections, it all kind of ties together. So from that meeting that you're meeting to somebody, and you can actually feel that they're hungry for something, just to give a couple objections, you're saying this, like, you know, they've got kids, and so they don't know if they really can do this because they've got a family. I'm a mom, I've got 4 kids, I got 2 grandbabies, you know, Michael, I don't know if you can do that. So from there, you've actually figured out that that's what's important to me. And you know, that's the reason to get started. And so, but if I start having objections, you kind of go through them. And then actually at that's when you're kind of confirming those things that we just went through on the training. And then, so can we just go through at least one of them, and then actually how we're going into the startup meeting?
Now you asked 5 times. Okay, now we do it.
Now we do it. I can do it because I know it's so good. Okay.
Okay.
Finally, I get my call.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
I'm going to show you, then you can take screenshots and it's easier. If my English is not that good, sorry, it's my 3rd language, but that's why I'm also showing the slides so you can read it as well. Okay, then we go through the best or the most. That's the nice thing in our business. The people are not creative. They always bring the same stuff, always 5, 6, 7 things. So let's go through them real quick. I give you to every objection like 5, 6, 7 ways, because super crucial. Like Carla said earlier, you have to use different wordings, techniques for different people. So find out what you feel comfortable with. How is your relationship? And so I give you a few different ones. Okay, first one, 9 ways for I don't have the money. Ooh, a good one. The first one is just normal 3-step framework. How you do it, you give him the way out. Another one could be feel, felt, found. Say, hey, John, I like Eric Murray do. Hey, John, I understand. I felt exactly the same way, but then I found out if I keep going like this, in 2 years, still I will not have the money. What is your goal that you have the money in 2 years? So but it's not like telling him he's wrong. So feel, felt, found, going on the same level. The other one is tell a story. For example, hey, John, that reminds me of Pauli. Pauli now is one of my closest friends and partners. He's a diamond. He's earning like a full-time income right now. And I remember 9 months ago when he started, he has exactly the same objection. But did you know what he did? He sold his television, and he sold that and that and that. And then he started, and now 9 months later, he has a diamond earning 4K a month, and he has not any more money problems. So my question to you is, are you powerful enough to come up with the money in the next 24 hours?
Wow.
Boom. For example, or I don't like this one, but some people do. Who do you love the most? I can ask, okay, John, you don't have the money, I understand completely. Just for my information or because I'm curious, who do you love the most? Yeah, my mommy. Okay, could you bring, if your mommy is in prison and you have to pay the caution, I don't know the English word, could you bring up this one? Yeah, exactly. Could you bring up this 1,000 euro over the night? I said, yeah, for sure I could. Yeah, so I know you could if you really want. Mm-hmm. So tell me what's really holding you back? And then we get to the real object. Or could you do it for a Ferrari? I don't like this one either. So you ask them, okay, if I give you the opportunity to buy a Ferrari worth 200K and you get it for 10K just tonight, could you bring up the money? Most people say, yeah, sure, I could. Then you know, all right. But then if you really want, you could. But like I said, I don't like 4 and 5, but some people do. I really love 6. Where we are in life, John, is based on the decisions or lack of decisions we take now. So when you are right now in a position where you don't like to be, where you don't have the money, this is the result of your decision you took 2 years ago. So now you have to change to take a different decision that in 2 years from now, you have a different life. The only question is, are you powerful enough to change the life, to do this together with us, for example? Or you could ask if you have like a red personality and you are a red personality, you can ask him, hey, John, I understand, but my question to you is, what is more powerful, you or the money? And so you could trigger him a little bit, but it depends on how is your relationship. Number 8, I really like, hey, John, if he says, I don't have the money, hey, John, that's the reason I'm showing you this. Because you get the product for 1,000 euros, but worth 3.5K. If we would not have this offer right now, I would not offer it to you. I know you don't have the money. That's why I'm showing you this offer right now in our team, because we do this expansion. And I know you are a person is so powerful. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You always do it with 100%. And if you would be in our team, you could be unstoppable. The question is, are you powerful enough to do that with me, to come up with the money? Wow. For example, or future pacing. Hey, John, honestly, I'm super happy that you don't have the money. You know what? 90% of the people are not having the money. So just imagine, we are starting this together. 1 year from now, you are a diamond earning a full-time income, and some people are coming to these presentations and they tell you they don't have the money. Then you are sitting in a sweet spot. You can tell them you didn't have it either. Right now, you are a diamond. You changed your life completely. You helped all your family, but you were in the same position. So I'm really happy that you're not having the money.
Powerful. That is super powerful.
So that are some, these are the wordings, but the stuff before that is much more important, just that you get an idea.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah, it's about the money, for example, or the same, what you said is about the time. I have 3 kids and 4 dogs and 2 rabbits, and I don't have the time for this business.
Yeah.
8 ways for that, just real quick. I do it quicker now. Like again, 3-step framework, the feel, found stuff like I said earlier. Or again, tell a story. For example, hey, it reminds me of Pauli. Pauli is one of my closest partners right now, or Pauli is in the upline or in the crossline, in the sideline. It doesn't matter where Pauli is, just tell the story of Pauli or of John or whatever. So that's why you should always have a few stories. So ask your upline, tell me some stories about our team. They will tell you. Mm-hmm. And say, you know, you told me you want to do this vacation on Thailand for 4 weeks. That reminds me on Pauli. He also had this dream for years, and he could never do it because he had to work so hard and he didn't have time to do it. That's why he started in his spare time from home, this business. Now, 2 years later, he's a platinum, earning around 1,500 euros a month. And in September, he's doing a 3 weeks vacation to Thailand. You really have to meet Pauli. I think it inspires you. Then For example, if you say they don't have the time. I really like the question close, because most people, if they say they don't have the time, they don't know how much time they have to put in. They have absolutely no clue. They think they have to put in 20 hours. So I asked him, okay, John, I can understand. What do you think? How many hours we have to put into this business to get it really work? Yeah, around 10. Say, okay, but did you make a week plan? What do you think? How many hours could you put in every week? What's the maximum? It's around 5 hours a week. It's max. Okay. And how much do you want to earn more with these 5 hours? Yeah, like 2K. And then they say, okay, how many hours would you have to work more in your job to get this 2K? Would it, with 5 hours a week, is that realistic? And then they say, no, for sure not. And then I say, okay, so that's unrealistic. So my question is, how important to you is it to get this 2 extra K?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's super important. Then I say, okay, watch out, John. We do a plan right now. You have 5 hours. We take the first 3 hours, do the list together. The next 2 hours, we do a business presentation together. We put in there 10 people. Then you sign up 2. We do 4 customers. You have Smart Bros. You have Fast Silver. We earned around 600 euros. And then we get the business started. We duplicate that in month 6. Super realistic. You can be a platinum. And after 1 year, it's like the average in people who are working the system can be a diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can choose, do you still want to do it in your spare time from home, or you want to increase the numbers or the time? You can choose it. The question is, should we make this plan? Wow. Sure, Michael, let's do the plan. And for example, or where we are in life, like before, is based on decisions. And if you want to have more time in your future, what's the plan that you get there, for example? Or I really like the number 6 because everybody has the time. And then if I have a good connection with them, I don't have the time. It's like, John, bullshit. We are sitting on a Zoom call together for 1 hour. Last week we talked 2 hours. You have the time. Come on, bro. What's really holding you back?
Mm-hmm.
For example, like you said, it depends on the connection you have. Or if you really don't have the time, if you just have 2 hours, I tell them, hey, John, 2 hours, I think it's super difficult. Maybe it's not the right thing for you. Maybe it's not the right timing, but, so I take it away from them, but I know you're a super smart guy, and I know you have a lot of contacts. So we could make a deal. I give you a sweet spot position in my personal downline, and we take these 2 hours making the list. You invite them, I do the presentation with them, and when they start, I place them under you, and we work together with them in the team. You just giving the context. Would that be a deal that sounds good for you? Yeah, for sure. Because then you win them with paychecks. You can tell them, okay, you bring 4 contacts, you can do that, that, and that, and then they start and giving the contacts. Also good strategy. I really like that. And I don't have the time. Yeah, that's why I'm showing you this. And these are some possibilities you can use you see it, it's like always a little bit the same. And just maybe 2 more, then we are done. We have to think about it. Sorry, Carla?
That's okay. I love it. I love this. It just makes so much sense. And it actually is pretty easy to see all these different ways and to use it, because it's a way of turning it to them, finding their need, using that and talking about their future, how you're going to help them.
Yeah.
I love it.
For sure.
Keep going.
I think the brains of the people is like,
it is. But you know what? We've got this taped. I am going back and I'm going to watch this again and again myself, and I know a lot of others too. And actually it's crazy because people are writing me, oh, we're putting people in the group, approve people to the group, it's just been great. That's how powerful this is. It's being streamed at the same time as being recorded and going on to different places. So it's powerful. Okay. So we know that people have objections. We went through, they don't have the time, they don't have the money. Now we've got those who say, I need to think about it.
Exactly. I have like 13 minutes more, than I have to jump into another call, but I think we can
we'll do it. We'll do it.
I have to think about it. All right, John, 3-step framework to find out if he really has to think about it, or is it just that he doesn't want to do it. And then okay, tell me, what's really holding you back? For example, because we have to think about it, is always, I'm not really sure. It again depends on the connection you have. I like this one. And I tell them again the story. Where we are in life is based on the decisions and lack of decisions we do. And one of the biggest mistakes we do is we procrastinate. That means when opportunities come, we don't grab, we don't take them, we think they come again and again and again. But just look into the past, we are always in the same position. So we procrastinate. So when I saw this opportunity, and I had the same feeling, John, I know exactly what you're feeling, but then I said, okay, what can I lose? And it was, what can I win? Was the best case, was the worst case scenario. And I said, all right, no, I'm done with procrastinating. I'm doing this for the next 12 months. Right now, I'm an ambassador in Cinzino and traveling the world. And you can also tell, it's easier if you're a diamond. If you're an ambassador, it's too far away, honestly. They think you're crazy. So it's better if you're silver.
That's why you can use the stories.
Yeah, it's better when you're silver, honestly. When you're silver and you're telling the story, because, oh yeah, but you're silver, you don't earning the money. Then the most powerful thing is kicking in. Then you say, yeah, but my goal, I have the plan. In September, I'm going to be an executive. Next year in February, I'm doing that, and that with the team. I'm a platinum. Next summer, I'm a diamond and I'm breaking out completely. And that's my goal. That's my vision. I'm going there, and I don't care who's coming with me, but I am going. And do you know what is happening then? They see you're serious. They see you have a plan, you have a goal, you have a vision. 90% of the people, they don't have that. Mm-hmm. And that's super attractive. So you don't have to be an ambassador, crown, or whatever. If you're silver, but in your eyes, there is hunger. If you're burning, much more important than any rank. Mm-hmm. Then what I really like is the Ben Franklin close. That's honestly my favorite close of all. I think in May, I closed personally like 100 people, I think 107 or something, and not for my own, like in the team. And I would say like 80% I take the Ben Franklin close. And if they have some things like that, I said, all right, John, I know exactly how you're feeling. I was in the same position. And do you know Benjamin Franklin? Yeah. All right. And do you know why for what Benjamin Franklin is so famous? No, why? For what? Benjamin Franklin is famous for taking the best decisions. He always is doing the best decisions. And do you know how he's doing it and why they are so good? No, tell me. Say, yeah, because Benjamin Franklin is doing always a pro and a con list. And then where there are less points or where are more points, there's this decision he's taking. So if you're open-minded, we could do this list together right now. So what you don't like in Cinzino. And then you get like the money is like that, and I don't know the time, and they tell some real objections. So you get the real objections. And then, okay, what do you like with this whole project? And then they say, yeah, the financial freedom, we can travel, the teamwork, and all the stuff. And normally you can help them a little bit. Yeah, and what do you think about being your own boss and just working these hours? And if you do it the right way, the pro list is always bigger than the con list. And then you say, that's why Benjamin Franklin is so smart. And then they say, all right, you know what? Let's do it. Super powerful. I really love Ben Franklin close. Okay. And honestly, the biggest risk, John, is not to start. Just imagine, I have in 2 hours, I have a meeting with Barbara, and I think she's starting, and she's taking the position. Just imagine 1 year from now, she's a diamond, and making the dream come true. She also wants to travel more, and she just took this decision. And you are still in the same position because you had to think about it. I think, John, the biggest risk for you right now is not to start. And guys, honestly, now for you, that's my 100% honest opinion. 100%. Mm-hmm. If they start in Cinzino, they don't know, they have no idea, they have no clue where they are buying in. Mm-hmm. We have the we have the best education, we have the best people here, we have the best products, we have we are in the best industry, we have the best events, we really transform lives. We're taking the normal people. I have like this month, I have 48 executives or higher in my team. They earn 10K a year. It's 800 euros a month. They completely changed their life. Wow. And we have this tool in the hand. So the biggest risk for them, honestly, 100% true, is not to start. And they feel that they see that I really feel that way. And if you do the same way, others will feel. And yeah, the Mark Twain close is like 20 years from now, or what I really like. Do you know what people regret most? Things they did or things they did not do? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, most likely it's things they did not do. Yeah, but honestly, 2 years ago, my grandparents died, and I was sitting with them together at the last days, and I asked them, what did you regret most? And both of them told me things what they did not do. I really wanted to do this travel or this vacation, or I really wanted to do this own business, or I really wanted to do that, whatever. People regret what they did not do, never what they did. Because what they did is part of the journey, is part of the process. And failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of the success. It's part of your journey. So that's what people regret most. I don't know what you think about it, but that's how I think. Mm-hmm. And then they think, and like, again, it's 100% my opinion. And yeah, maybe the last one, I have to talk with my wife. I really like that, or with my husband or whatever. There are a few tricky ones. 3-step framework. And if I have a good connection with them, I ask, don't you think that you get the permission, John? And then they are like a little bit triggered, but it depends on the relationship, not for everyone. I really like number 3. I always do number 3. Okay, John, I understand. I'm also married. I really love my wife, Nadia. We take all the decisions together, so I can understand completely. Here, 2 possibilities for you. One is you invite her tonight or tomorrow, and I show her the business, because it would be unfair if you tell her she does not get all the information and she has to make a decision without the information. So the first thing is invite her. We do a presentation together with her that she get all the information. That's the first possibility. The second one is, bro, just get it started. We have a 30-day money back guarantee. You cannot lose anything. You know that we have to test the products are for their health. So worst case scenario, she does not like the product, you can send it back. You cannot lose anything. Mm-hmm. For example. And or I tell them, hey, is Heidi interested in health? Is your health important to you? Then you can give the product as a gift, as a present. And if she does not like it, we always have the money back guarantee. Mm-hmm. So honestly, they cannot lose anything. Mm-hmm. And again, telling a story. I always tell the story of a power couple. Like, John, you told me you want to do this vacation to Thailand and traveling together with Heidi. And that reminds me on Carla and Wilfried. They started 2 years ago, and they also said that they really want to change something. They were just a couple. They did all the decisions together. They traveled every time together. Now they are together in the business, traveling the world. Right now they are directors, and really completely transformed their life. And honestly, with your power, with your energy, I can see you exactly in this position. Mm. And you see, guys, it's always like a little different, a little bit always special for this situation. So choose, look what is comfortable for you. Maybe you think, oh my gosh, that's nothing for me. But maybe this one, yes. So take the ones what you feel comfortable with, and just see it as a game. Try it. You cannot lose anything.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Well, okay, we're done with slides. I can put the slides on. Okay. So it's, if we're going to be summing up, because I know you've got your next meeting already here, but if we're really mastering things, we're actually mastering all of these skills. So you're mastering all 6 skills. But in regards to closing, you're closing, going through these, finding those things, and then actually using that and starting up the people already right there. So that's kind of what Trina was talking about. You're already talking there. And at that meeting, you're already setting them and getting them started already. So getting them onto their first meetings and working on getting them fast silver, because ambassador is just a whole bunch of silvers.
Exactly. Silver is the most important rank here.
Absolutely. Okay. So there was so much information. Everyone's going to need to see this a whole bunch, and I can see how many people are already tagging everybody on their team, because that's how crazy this was. It was absolutely incredible to have you on. So thank you. And you've given so much information, Michael. We got to have you back sometime to have all this tied together too. But you know, as I said at the beginning, we have such incredible products. We have an incredible comp plan and company, and it's a lot about the mission. This mission that we're on and what we're really doing in Zinzino is helping a whole bunch of people get healthier, or building a business by helping people get healthier. So
and believing, because that was the most difficult thing for me. Believing I can do it. Because like I told you, I was not self-confident, nothing. And I read the sentence of Bob Proctor. He said, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. Everything in the world, first one human being had to think about it. Doesn't matter what. The airports, this glass. Before something is created, someone has to think about it. So you really have to think about what you really, really want. And if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. The 28th of May, I had 100K balance. The 31st, I had 150K. The 28th, I was sitting at home. I had 1 third to go. I did 2 thirds, but I had just 3 days. And I was sitting there and I could see it crystal clear. It's already happened in my mind.
You knew you were going to be a pastor.
I saw it happening. I read it into my diary and I said, all right, I see it crystal clear. It's going to happen. That's the plan. And we are just going to do it. I can see it. And if you have that kind of strong belief in yourself, in this whole thing, what's not a small thing what you do at home, it's like a really, really big business. And if you can develop that, you're unstoppable. And to develop that, like Trina said, you have to do one thing: increase your numbers. If you increase your numbers, your percentage is getting better. When your percentage is getting better, results are coming. When results are coming, belief is increasing. If belief is increasing in your team, excitement is coming. And if excitement is in your team, duplication kicking in and you have fireworks. And that's what I wish for you. And looking forward to see all you guys in Oslo. Thanks for having me, Carla. And
thank you so much, Michael. I am so happy. Congratulations on your ambassador. You so deserve it. And we all are learning from you. So thank you. And thank you. Let everybody say their thank you too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao, guys.
Take care.
Vielen Dank.
Ja, vielen Dank.